Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the March 4th, 2024 Town Council meeting to order. We're in the Kitty Hawk Town Hall. It is 5 o'clock p.m. Thank you all for joining us this evening, those of you who are here and those of you who are watching at home. If you would, join us. If you're able to stand, join us in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Council, I need a motion to approve tonight's agenda, please.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Motion made by Jeff, second.
Second.
Second by David. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you. And folks, we have a presentation by Chief Palkovich to introduce a new Kitty Hawk police officer at this time, but that police officer is out working and is on a call for service. So as soon as he gets here, we will take up that matter, Chief. So thank you all for bearing with us on that. Public comment. Laura, has anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes, sir, we do have one, Debbie Swift.
Come on up, ma'am. And please keep in mind you're allowed 3 minutes during public comment, and if you would speak directly into the mic so you can be heard.
Do my best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Debbie Swift. I am the face behind the Ban Balloon Releases NC. I have submitted, and I hope you received, a proposal for legislation, ordinances in your beloved town, as I have done to all the municipalities on the Outer Banks. I've also contacted all 100 counties, and I'm working with a state legislator at this time. I understand that ordinances are very hard to execute. I do know that this one is probably up there at the top 10. But I ask that you consider banning the release of helium balloons for your town. It is causing an exorbitant amount of litter on our beaches. It is killing our wildlife. And in doing so, there's a 4-part proposal of 4 different items that I'd like to be addressed by your town council and write into ordinances. If some of you just got this today, I do apologize. I did send it out on January 31st and not really sure. So I will certainly come back at another time, give you some time to look it over and come up with any questions that you may have. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming in. And council, we'll take a look at this and we'll discuss it later. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Laura, has anyone else signed up?
No, sir.
Does anyone else like to speak at tonight's public comment section? Yes, sir. Come on up. About any topic.
Brian Morgan, I'm with the Board of Elections, among other things, and I've been able to work with Kitty Hawk for quite many years, and I've just wanted to express my appreciation. Thank you guys very much for making it possible for us to use the room, and not only that, for helping in doing so. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Glad to do it. It's our duty. Anyone else like to speak at public comment about any topic? Okay, Laura, let the record show no one else chose to speak. Chief Palkovich, I think our officer is here now.
Yes, he is.
It's hard to see him. He's so small. But
It's like Hightower.
So, Mr. Mayor, council members, Ms. Manager, good evening. Thank you for this time. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our newest sworn police officer, Corey Cantrell Morris. Corey was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and he has a twin brother who I understand is not quite as tall as Corey is. Corey graduated from Northeastern High School in Elizabeth City, where I believe he played basketball. And then he attended Winston-Salem University, where he changed his sport to football and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Justice Studies. He has previously worked in the area, working for Twitty & Company and Money's Worth Beach Equipment. He graduated from Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy in December 2023, where he was the class president. As I understand it, at some point in his training, he was deemed to be considered the driver supreme. I'm not sure what that is, but I saw that name attached to him in some way. Tell me that at some other time.
That is true.
Corey was sworn in last Monday on February 26th by Mayor Garris here. Due to time constraints, we had to get it in quickly, and we were able to do that. Present were his wife Barbara and his mother Shirley Morris. He is now in field training with Sergeant Travis Hardman, who I guess is still out on the call because I did not see him make it in here. That's the way things go, right? You're supposed to be here for a meeting, and police work gets in the way. We improvised, adapt, and overcome, and made it happen. So I was trying to just find some stuff on Corey, basically, and I went to his Facebook page. So
Oh, gosh.
what you put on there. So I understand Big C provided a quote, and this was after he was sworn in. He says, "To the town of Kitty Hawk, thank you for all the support you've shown me throughout this process. I promise you will get the best of me every day, and as I stated yesterday, I will not let you down. My journey is only beginning. Officer Morris is here at your service." To say we were looking for big things from Corey would probably be one of the biggest understatements that I can make about this young man. But it's my pleasure to introduce you to our newest sworn police officer in Kitty Hawk, Corey Morris.
I just want to thank the town of Kitty Hawk for trusting in me to be one of the great men out here serving the town. Like I said, I won't let you down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. And
So I have a question.
yes, sir.
Yes.
So if you ever have to have a talk with the new officer, we gonna stand on a desk? Get eye contact?
I will stand on the platform out the back door. You stand in the parking lot. We will see eye to eye.
Put a loading dock in that.
Exactly right.
Corey, we want to officially welcome you. You and I have known each other for a good while and involved in the training, the basic law enforcement training. And I can tell you, Chief, you know, the decision makers, we usually have not a problem, but we want to take it serious who we name as our class president. And I can tell you, it was not really much of a discussion. That it normally is. It was Corey Morris from the very beginning. We made the right decision. If you don't think he can give some orders to his classmates and make them straighten up, he can certainly do it. But
I try my best
yeah,
anyways.
but Corey, we welcome you. You look for big things. I said big things, didn't I? Big things from you, Corey. But,
Can't get away from it.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you for being here. We've got the best. All of our departments are great, and just thank you for being here.
It is my pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for the future.
So are we.
Great example of Corey's personality. How many 6'10" elves do you know of? So well at the Christmas parade, it was a great opportunity, and to see kids usually would be very intimidating.
Yeah.
Some of their size, but they ran right up to them.
I have to tell you that my 4-year-old grandson assured me that you were in charge of all the elves. So, he knew, he knew.
That's good, Charlie. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Chief. Council, we're at the consent agenda. I need a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda, please.
So moved.
Motion made by Charlotte, second.
Second.
Second by David. All in favor? Aye. All opposed. We had no items removed from the consent agenda. Planning, excuse me. Council, we need to set a public hearing for a special use permit and site plan. 4907 and 4911 Putter Lane. Applicant proposes a new EMS substation. I get a motion for the public hearing in that matter.
I'll make a motion for a public hearing.
Go ahead, sir. The date
Is it the text amendment?
Yes,
Okay.
8A.
Special use permit, site plan.
Yeah, so it's 42-1 definition?
We need to make a motion for the,
Yeah, I'll make a motion for the special use permit and site plan for 4907 and 4911 Putter Lane.
the April 1st, 2024 council meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Got a motion, and I have a second.
Second.
Second by Jeff. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Very good. Text Amendment 8B, definition of minimum lot sizes. Applicant proposes a revised definition requiring all uplands area used to fulfill minimum lot size requirements to be contiguous. May I have a motion in that matter?
Mr. Mayor, I move to set a public hearing at the Town Council meeting on April the 1st, 2024, to consider the proposed text amendment to definition of minimum lot size in Section 42-1 and in the relevant district regulations as noted in the staff report.
Thank you, Jeff. I get a second.
Second.
Second by Charlotte. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Item 9, old business. We have a presentation from Miss Diane Midget. If you're ready, Miss Midget.
Hi there.
How are you, ma'am?
Doing well. I figured this is the best way to get past that 3-minute thing. That was going to get you into some trouble. I have some pictures I want to go through. Just double click. I can't see the screen.
Well, you can
Oh, it's
see
just-
it when you click on it.
Sure, I will.
Okay, there you go, and then you've got your arrow over here, if you just go over here.
Right there?
There you go.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, folks, this first picture, this is the bridge, 2008. This corner piece of the property, that's our property. That's what was all overgrown when my husband and I moved into the house in 2008. We started clearing all of this off, and I tell you, she was a rough little thing. She was rough, but we worked on her, got her cleaned up. You could see how level she is with the road. And then this is what we brought her to. We worked really hard on this, put a lot of time in. This is the ridge behind our house. Take a note how pretty and green, and full and thick that looks. And there. And this is down the canal. Here we start with the construction of the bridge. Now this first part, this is the, try to say this right, the corrugated metal, sheets of metal, 40 feet long. This was parts that went down along the side for the sidewalk. This is like the bulkhead that's going down. This is directly in front of my house. That's how long it was. That stuff, they had a machine that, sits on top of it and just shakes that all the way down. Supposed to, best case would be, it goes straight in, but it never did. They would put it in, pull it out, put it in, pull it out. It took quite a bit of work to get that all down. It was a really big ordeal. Now, be ready for this. This is the pylons that they are putting in. Oh, hold on, I don't have sound. It takes 60 of those hits onto that pylon to get it to go 1 foot. They have to take it from 40 feet to 8. So that was, and there were 16 of those pylons. So that's a lot of pounding. That's a lot of sound. That was a lot of shaking. And if you'll notice, where is this again? Each time it does that, you see the plume of smoke from the top there? That's like diesel smoke. That stuff covered everything in sight. Black. Covered my entire house, roof, windows, plants. I lost all of my shrubs, my gardenias, my rose bushes, everything, because it all got covered in that black. And this is where you see, this is they had the one side of the road open while they were working on the other side of the bridge. There was 2 traffic lights, one on each side to stop, so it would be one-way traffic. We living right in the middle. We were in the middle of the two traffic lights. We never knew what color the light was unless we saw a car go by, and then we knew which we were safe to pull out. It was crazy. It was very challenging to live through this construction of this. And you'll notice how much higher the road is. This is before they've even put the asphalt on this layer. And this is, of course, you know, that is Twyford Street. That's the curve going, of the curve that goes, you've got Twyford coming out right here at this corner where the little white church is sitting, or used to be a little white church. That shows you how much higher that corner is. And now you know when you go around that curve and you see that whole area there that's just underwater, this is why there's no place for the water to go anymore. It is trapped there on that side. That's really high, isn't it? I mean, that's a lot higher. And this is, you know, people always complain that the water was going across the street there and, you know, what a pain in the neck it was. But water's going to travel to water. And it would go, the water would go across the street to the other one now and continue on. But now it just has nowhere to go, but stays trapped there. And this, I just want to just show you again how this is my front yard, how level this is with the road, the road that was there before. This is taking the road up. This is my front, this picture here has actually been taken from my bedroom window. This is how close all of this was right to my house. Then this is how the other lane would come out, the one lane that they had open while they were doing construction on the other lane. And I had 6 trees across the front. I had a circular driveway. I no longer have the 6 trees or the circular driveway. And that's the cars going up the one way. Now they're on my side. But this picture is taken from my bedroom window. This is right in my yard. I mean, this is in my yard. And you can see how high it's being raised up. These are the 4 pylons on this side that were pounded down. Again, this is taken from my bedroom window. You can see, whoops, you can see the, let me go back one. You can actually see the lock on my window right down here in the bottom. You can tell I took the picture from my bedroom window. And my house is 635 square feet. It's not a big house. There are trucks, utilities, everything was just right in my yard. They used my yard for whatever was needed. You can see again, this is from my bedroom window. Bedroom window, you can see the screen on the window. This is some pretty heavy equipment that was all over the yard. And I was being told, oh, we're going to take care of it. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. Everything's going to be fine. This is where they had the pipes. These pipes are part of, you know, the drainage and so forth. This is where they stored them while they were waiting to put them in the road. They stored everything right there on the yard, on the corner. With that rain, the only place I could park my car was up on that bridge during that flooding while they were working. This is more flooding. Only thing I have is the trees standing that's on the little dry. I had to carry my dogs to that little spot. There was the only dry spot in my yard. There's my back and the side. It's all underwater. And this is what I got left with. This is the finished product of this bridge. This is when they finished it up and pulled out. This is what they left me with. This is the drain that goes right straight into my front yard. There is the storm drains up here in the bridge that are piped down into that, drain into my front yard. And you can see how much higher that road is. There's, all the trees are gone. There's my driveway. They did no grading, no filling in of my land. You can see, nothing was that's what they left me with. And that part right up there where it's like, that is sand. You couldn't even drive a vehicle on it because you would sink. I couldn't cut the grass. I mean, it would sink. It was just absolutely a nightmare. And again, and you can see the storm drains there in the bridge. Those two of them, that's what's piped into my front yard. That's my driveway, my only driveway. And you can see how much higher the road is there. Now, after 2 years, I got some grass to grow on there. That was how much I was able to maintain. You see all that weeds and brush and vines, that's what they planted. That's supposed to be my yard. And that's what they gave me, those weeds to look out my window and see. And they do not maintain that, by the way. They're supposed to, but it's been, 4 years? They've yet to come in and clean any of this. They do not maintain it, period. Now here's the first real storm. And this is my yard. This is my side yard, that's the canal there. And look at that mess. It took me another 2 years to get that cleaned off. And that's where it just goes and just stays under the house. My husband had started replacing the pilings right when they came and told us that they were going to start the bridge. So they advised him to stop, doing that until they finished with it. So he did. Unfortunately, he passed away of cancer right after they completed the bridge. So he lived through all of this nightmare in that little house, and he was so sick. Look at that. That's what NCDOT left in my yard. I mean, look, why would they do that? And here's your drain. Lovely, right? I've cleaned that. Now, because it's all of that vines and everything was there, when the rain was coming down the bridge, it was just coming down the side. It wasn't going in there because there was nowhere for it to go. So it was just coming down the path of least resistance, and that's just straight down the side, filling up my yard. And that's what happens now. It comes down, after you get down the brush, you'll see where it just runs down off the bridge, on the road, down the sides. You can see the little paths that it will take down the sides. And the storm drains clog. Nothing's going to go down them storm drains anyway. So then it runs down the bridge, down the road, down the side, and there she goes. And that will eventually just start filling up with water, depending on how long. Go look at it today. It's pretty full today. I said, what a day to come and talk about flooding, right? And you can see when we get the northeast winds, east winds, that doesn't bother me. It's the west winds. That's what, and it could be northwest, southwest, or just west. And you see how deep it is. That's just rainwater. This is not a storm. This is just rainwater. This is the back. This is how it would flood out. That's my neighbor's trash can from her house. It ends up in my back. Now this is the only place I could park my car is the end of the driveway, because that's the highest point. That's what the end of the driveway is what they gave me. Everything else is completely underwater. My neighbor next door, Heather Dole, she wanted to be here tonight, but unfortunately she had to work and she couldn't get here. She's never flooded. Her yard is completely underwater. She's got water on the other side of her too. So now it's just coming in. The road was also raised in front of her house. Not quite as high as mine, but in front of her house. When they put the traffic lights in, the 2 traffic lights, they actually plugged into her electricity for the traffic light. She didn't receive a dime for that. And she was getting electric bills that were up to $300. And this is a single mother putting girls through college and a cancer survivor. And they stuck her with an electric bill. And this went on for several months. That was what, from September?
They stuck her, who's they?
NCDOT.
I have a comment on that as well. So did she ever reach out to the DOT on that?
They reached out to her and told her that they were going to take care of it, which they did not.
Was there any follow-up?
I'm telling you, the minute they pulled out, they were done. And Casey would tell you, you couldn't even get contact with them, Harley. They did not want to discuss anything, period. And they put every block up that they thought they could do. And this has changed the landscape of not just my home. Because when mine goes down, hers is going to go down. The next one is the street with 6 houses, before you get to the Corinda Lane. It's going to be a domino effect. I'll show you what else is going on here.
Yeah, show us some more pictures, Miss Midget.
Pardon me?
Keep going. We need to go through these slides here. I'd like to see in the.
There's my back.
There you go.
That's the whole thing. Those pictures were December last year. December year before last. This is this past December. This is where Heather had to park her car up on the hill here because there was no more place for her to park. Continues coming in, and you can see that whole area that's between our 2 houses is completely over, and her yard is completely underwater too. This is showing the back. This was just the other day, that little windstorm that we had a couple of days ago. And you can see where it starts coming up to fill up to the road. Same thing. This is my back. This is that part that was so pretty and green. I now have an inlet coming through. The other day, this is the storm from just a few days ago. And the wind just blows it right through the ridge that's behind my house now. That ridge is almost gone, and I promise you in 2 years it will be gone. It will be completely gone. Okay? There's your storm drains. This was a couple of days ago. They still haven't come out. This is that ridge now. What was so pretty and green and flourishing with wildlife. And we have watched the eagles and the herons and the cranes, you name it, we've had it. We don't anymore, not like we did. I mean, this is not a storm. I took this yesterday. This is what this looks like now. This is so sad. That's my property. What is it green is state. What I thought was coastal preservation or coastal preserve, that isn't how it's zoned. That's not how it's listed. It's listed by the state, but it's also VR1, which is low density, correct? Everything you see outlined in red, this is everything that the state owns or that's deeded to the state. Everything that's south here from my house is deeded as this VR1, low density. This is all what's going underwater too, and nothing that's being done about this. I've asked questions, why can't we dredge and put some of that back up on the ridges. Wouldn't that help build them back up? So no, they wouldn't do that. But my
You're still
question is,
talking
what are
about
they going to do
DOT
with
here.
it? Pardon?
You're still talking about DOT, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But now this gets into dredging and, you know, what I talked with Jeff about before is putting it back over into the ridge. Are we dealing with CAMA? Who are we dealing with then? You know,
If you have black needle grass, you're gonna be dealing with Campbell.
pardon me?
If there's black needle grass as a wetland area, that's gonna be a Campbell grass,
Okay.
just for FYI.
Not a whole lot of grass left there.
Right. But I
mean,
saw
it's
black
not
needle
more water
grass
than
in the
grass
picture.
now, but I mean,
Right.
but I think it's got to be addressed. At some point, I mean, we are seeing all of this just going underwater. I mean, it is literally going underwater. And we've got to address it somehow, work with the state or whatever. You know, you need somebody to go to Raleigh, I'll go.
Well, that's where you need to be,
Yeah,
is
I
in
will be
Raleigh.
talking
Right,
to
I
somebody
agree.
about this, because what we are dealing with, and if you look at this, which really surprised me, because this all got deeded 2018. I know, I'm sure it's been longer, but when they came to us in 2018 and told us that the bridge was going to be built, and they actually, somebody, when they did the zoning, didn't do it correctly, so they came in, oops, we actually owned 3 feet
Who
of
is they
land,
with,
NCD.
who is they with the zoning?
I don't know who they said did the zoning, but whoever they said did the zoning was supposed to go from center lane 15 feet, and they went center lane 12. So they wanted to come back, and they took the 3 feet that they said was theirs. And that's probably that hill that's up
There's
high.
no question you've been wrong. There's no question that you have a situation. But you need to be in Raleigh making this presentation.
I agree.
This is not, I
Yeah, I've
don't
got a
know
few
what we
things.
can do about it, but Raleigh can. And
Excuse me,
It's a
Charlotte, go
state
ahead.
matter.
This is the NCDOT matter, not a town of Kitty Hawk matter.
Right,
This time, hold on.
Okay.
I'll tell you where we are,
okay.
because I know you worked hard. You've got some great pictures at it. Tell a lot. This council, I have personally signed letters to 3 different people.
Great, appreciate it.
I met with the town manager this morning at 10 o'clock. We had not heard anything since then. We have not, right, Melody? No.
They've been around.
Okay, well, I've talked,
I'm going to take that.
Oh, good.
our next step on your behalf, this is not a timing issue.
Right.
This is NCDOT. I want to make that clear. Make sure everybody knows that. But on
Absolutely.
your behalf, we're going to contact the district representative, Alan Moran. If we hear nothing from him, we're going higher on your behalf.
Thank you.
That's what everybody, what Charlotte just said, David said, you need to be going to Raleigh with these pictures. I hear your concerns, we all do. We have discussed your concerns,
There are
but there's
people
nothing that
around.
this time can do.
Yes, and my point though is, I want to make sure you understand this is what happened. So future reference or anything else pops up about this, you've got this information. You know what you're dealing with.
We can't
You
stop
know.
them in the future either. They're working inside of easements.
They're doing their job, ma'am.
Whether it's right or wrong, we can't go in there and tell the state to stop working on the bridge. 'Cause
Oh, no. Look, we were the ones that reported the bridge.
Right.
We are the ones that kept saying, you need to come fix this thing. This looks bad. We are 100% in agreement that that bridge needed to be replaced. It was extremely unsafe. So that's not my point. The point is, you can't come in, and make that kind of a big improvement, and it was, and it not affect everything around it. And it did. It changed the landscape of stuff. But as far as what I want the town to be aware of is how this is happening, and we need to be more diligent when they are doing things within our town limits that we can have some kind of control about when it comes to our residents. First thing I did when they started pulling this stuff up in our yard, the very first thing I did was go to the mayor. And it was Mayor Perry, and I went to him, I said, are y'all aware that this is going on? This is in your town. This is within town limits, and I'm a citizen here. Are you aware that this is going on? And that's when he said, you know, this doesn't look all kosher like it should be. Let's check into it. And that's when he said, let's, you know, get in touch with the town attorney and let's see what we can do. And that's where I went with it.
All right,
So,
once again, you're talking to the wrong people. I'm trying to be just as polite as I can because I don't want you to waste your time when you need to be talking to somebody with the state. You've got, those pictures, you got a wonderful, you have worked hard. Let us reach out to the representative of the Allen Moran. If we don't hear anything, we will go higher than that on your behalf. And I promise you, we will keep you involved in everything we do and let you know what's going
that's
on.
what I need. That's what I'm asking.
Jeff went, I trust Jeff, I believe every word he says. He said
Yes.
there's definitely an issue there, but I don't know how to fix it.
I've been by there as well.
Yeah,
So-
I think we all have. So let us work on that for you, okay?
I greatly appreciate
You're welcome.
that. That's what I need you to do for
You're
me.
welcome.
I have felt like I have been sitting there for the last couple of years, you know, just with no hope of what's going on with this, and I'm drowning out there.
Melody,
And when I go down, it's, like I said, it's gonna be a domino effect.
Can we get on that tomorrow morning, Melody?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We will.
Let me show you just one more
have a handrail
very
on your
quick thing.
stairs.
Pardon me?
I'm happy you put a handrail on your stairs. I was worried about you going up and down the stairs.
Well, and I would like to get our front porch back. You know, we had the front porch taken off. That was the thing that the state, that NCDOT was gonna do. Put our front porch back on. They were gonna grade our yard, raise that front up where it was.
Get it
and
right
they did
next time.
Nothing.
Okay.
But this is the last part. I just wanna share this with y'all. This was very nice. This is the nice thing you need to know about. So after the bridge was built, some little boys went under there and did some of their little, you know, 4 little words. So the kayak companies got together, hired some local artists that came in and did some beautiful work underneath the bridge. Now that is one side of it, which I could look out my bedroom window and see. And I told them, if you want my blessing, you need to put something on that bridge that pertains to my husband that will pay respect to him and in his memory. There's my husband.
That's great. That's great.
This is a combination of this picture, which was in the McDonald's down here, our local McDonald's, for years and years and years. This is Granddaddy. That's his truck, Old Maud, and that's his Dory. The house that I'm living in was his. So it was a combination of that picture and my husband playing the guitar. And they put him in the bridge. And the other part of it, that's down here, you've got, they're still coming back to finish it up. So this part down here is Body Island and the boat, the Dory, and everything. So that was the one highlight of that bridge.
All right.
And if you want to go see it, please, you're more than welcome to come into my yard and look at it. It's really great.
Thank you, Ms. Midget.
Thank you so
Very
much.
Thank you. All right, council, we don't have any new business. Time manager, Miss Melody.
Well, I have a few things. I'm happy to report that the invitation to bid on the police station project was posted on Friday. We are going to have a pre-bid meeting on March the 7th, and then a bid opening will take place on March the 22nd. So we are looking forward to getting through this process.
Thank you.
In relation to Ms. Midget, and she's aware, she has received copies of the letters.
Thank
And
you so much.
yeah, and we reached out to 3 different Eastern regional highway engineers and so forth, and we haven't heard anything from them or had a response at this point. Okay, maybe that's promising, but we will get another letter out. As far as Ivy Lane goes, we did send out an electronic survey. We sent out 15 surveys to the affected area, and we received 9 responses. There were several questions brought forward, and I'm waiting for John DeLucia to respond to those questions, and then we will go from there. Okay. We have a community trash collection event coming up on March the 9th. Debbie Swick has been really integral in getting this going and helping us with this. It's called Keep It Clean Kitty Hawk. It will begin here on Saturday at 10 a.m. And we have quite a few volunteers. We could always use more. And we will dispatch people to certain areas. We've contacted local businesses. Thank you, Casey's office, for letting us park in your parking lot and keeping people off the road. Once we complete our cleanup, we're going to have a celebratory lunch here at Town Hall. We have a lot of businesses also donating for that, and Jessica's been coordinating all of that for us. And so if you're interested in participating, please contact Town Hall, or you can register on the town's website. Debbie told me the weather was going to be beautiful. We are hoping that the report that we see currently is incorrect, but we will be monitoring the situation. If we have to reschedule or change, we will, and we have everybody's email. We'll also post it on our social media if we do have to reschedule. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Melody. Good report. Casey?
Nothing, Mayor and council.
Town Council, David?
I have nothing this evening.
Dylan?
I just want to welcome Officer Morris and thank him for his service to Kitty Hawk. I don't know if it was just me or not, but I heard a lot of sirens over the past month, and every time I look out, there's a police officer car or a fire truck, and just want to say thanks to all those folks who keep us safe and work so hard for us while we get to enjoy their services, and just appreciate them. It can't be said enough. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dylan. Jeff?
Just the same thing. Welcome Officer Morris to the force, and just hope you stay safe.
Sean?
I'm good.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
If you need help, I hope he shows up as big as he is. Yeah. This past Saturday, it kind of came around pretty quick, but a delegation from Germany contacted us and wanted to go to our Icarus Monument site behind the rest area. I met them this Saturday morning past at 10 o'clock. I had a few, no, it was 11:30, wasn't it? Yeah, 11:30. I had a few apprehensions, but I can tell you, I left that meeting so positive, feeling so good. Chief Palkovich, his department showed up. Chief Talley and his staff showed up with a fire truck, and they were bragging about the new fire truck. I gave the guys some Kitty Hawk hats, and they want to take pictures. And if you saw any pictures on Facebook, they had their Kitty Hawk hats on. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. They were in Charlotte on some business, and they said since they were this close, they wanted to see where the Wright brothers stuff was. We're a long ways from Charlotte, but it's closer than from here to Germany, I'm pretty sure. Between me talking, Chief Palkovich, Chief Talley, they came up to me at the end, and they said they were very aware of how proud we were of our town of Kitty Hawk. And I said, we are. We love it. I can't brag enough about our town. And it was very obvious to them. We all left there with a very positive attitude. After they left, they had lunch and went to the Wright Brothers Memorial to tour that site. But it was just a wonderful experience. My question the whole time, what has Germany got to do with this? I think Germany was involved with making some of the engines, early engines, so that's how they're involved. But I can't tell you what it meant to me and everybody was present in this time. Very positive, very positive. Okay. Thank you for those, Miss Midget. We're going to do what we can for you.
That's all I ask.
Thank you for coming. You're always polite and understanding, and thank you for that. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to the council. And with the rain, I wish you could see my front yard right now, Miss Midget. Mine's bad too, but it always is. So, anything else, council? All right, I'm going to make a motion that we recess until March 19th, 2024 for a budget workshop, 9 o'clock a.m. to Kitty Hawk Fire Department, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We are recessed. Thank you, everyone.